I am Rimsha, grade 3 teacher from Gyanodaya. When Neeru sir told me that I had been chosen to present my journey, my first thought was not, wow, yes, I got chosen, but it was presentation, not again. But then I understood that this is not just another presentation, but this is my journey, and I am here today to share my journey with you. So before the journey, I had heard about STEAM, ICT integration, student-centered learning. You know all those beautiful educational words that sound amazing in workshops, but then Monday morning comes. 20 students are waiting for you. Someone has forgotten their notebook, someone has forgotten their assignment. And then suddenly all those beautiful educational words and ideas become a little bit difficult to put into practice. Before this training, I was always passionate about teaching. I was dedicated. I enjoyed teaching my students, and I wanted my classroom to be joyful and happy. And when I got to know that it is 90 hours training, my thought was, oh no, this is going to be hectic. But then the training started. The first few sessions were amazing and exciting. But then came assignment, reflection, presentation. And I thought, oh no, this is hectic, this is getting serious. But somewhere during the journey, I started enjoying the session. I stopped counting my days and I started enjoying each session. Each session, Neeru sir taught us something important. We discussed about behaviorism, humanism, andragogy, STEAM, many educational approaches and many more. But there is one educational approach that stayed with me and that changed the way how I teach my students, that changed the way how I connect with my students, and that is multiple intelligence. So this educational approach made me stop and ask myself one simple question. Why do we expect our students to be good at everything when we as teachers, we are not? Now teachers, I have one small activity for you, and I want active participation from all the teachers. The activity is easy. It is thumbs up or down activity. So if you think you are good at dancing, thumbs up. If you think you are good at singing, thumbs up. Okay, what about swimming? If you think you are good at math and science, thumbs up. What about gymnastics? I'm not. Thank you so much, teachers. So after this activity, what I noticed is not all the teachers, they thumbs up for the same kind of activity. Some of the teachers are confident at singing, some of the teachers are confident at swimming. Some of us enjoy math and some of us enjoy science. But then sometimes we forget to give the same kind of freedom to our students. As teachers, we know our strength and we know our weakness. We have accepted our weakness. I have accepted my weakness that I'm not good at gymnastics. I don't have a flexible body, but sometimes we forget to give the same kind of freedom to our students. I would like to give you one example. I have one student, Oscar. He is a very good student, academic-wise, behavior-wise. He's so innocent and he's so good. He completes his assignments on time. But one day I got text from his mom saying, ma'am, my son is good academic-wise, but I've never seen my son jumping. I've never seen him participating in any kind of sports. So can you motivate him? So after that text, my teacher mode got on and I started motivating him, okay? I gave him example of Messi. I gave him example of Mbappe. I motivated him so much that he said, yes ma'am, today I'm going to participate in football. I thought I am the best teacher of Gyanodaya. The boy who was not interested in any kind of sports, now he's saying, because of my motivational speech, he's saying, yes ma'am, I can do it. But after games began, his friends came to me and they informed me, ma'am, Oscar didn't even touch the ball. He was just sitting and observing nicely. At that time, I got so mad at him and I asked him, what happened, Oscar? Why didn't you participate in football? He just simply said one answer. He said, ma'am, because I'm not interested. Ma'am, I need some time. Ma'am, I don't want to do it now. That day, I started judging his ability. Here was a boy who was already doing so much best in all the activity. He was good in math, science, swimming, all the activities. But just because he was not interested in football, I started judging him. I started doubting his ability. And sometimes as teachers, we do that. Not all the student can be Messi. Not all the student can be principal ma'am. Not all the student can be Nigat sir. And that's okay. As teachers, our job is not to make every student the same, but our job is to discover what makes every student special. Because they are special, they are unique, they are smart, and they have their own way of understanding things. Sometimes it just takes a teacher to notice it. And our students, they are not some kind of machine. They are not some kind of product. And we are not some kind of manufacturing company that we manufacture the same kind of product. The purpose of education is not to create another Messi or another principal ma'am. The purpose of education is to guide every student become the best version of themselves. So, after understanding about this concept, after understanding this educational approach, I started teaching my student in a different way. Now I think if my students, they understand differently, then maybe as a teacher I should start teaching in a different way. I have example of IUC. I have talked about IUC with principal ma'am. She often finds it difficult to stay focused. She often finds it difficult to understand the concept. Rimsha also knows about IUC. Yes, but one day I noticed something. I noticed that IUC was singing a song that I taught her 2 or 3 weeks ago during some kind of function. And she was singing that song so perfectly that she didn't even miss a single word. The same day, I took their math test. Everyone was focused and giving their exam. I noticed IUC was sitting and singing a song. I thought, not again. Again, she is distracted. She is not focused. But then, she was singing the song that I taught them about ascending and descending order. Ascending, ascending, going up. Descending, descending, going down. And after singing that song, she was able to give her best in that exam. So after this incident, what I got to know is Ayushi's way of understanding the concept is through music. Whenever there is music, her confidence shines. No matter how much I teach her the concept, no matter how much I take her to principal ma'am's office, she is not going to understand it. But if I teach her something through music, she is going to understand it within a second. Now I have another example of Nibodh. He is Nibodh. He is interested in painting and drawing, sometimes way too much. And before I used to think, Nibodh, now you have to stop and you have to focus. But now, after this training, I also think that maybe sketching or painting is one of his ways to understand the world. One day I asked him about digestive system, and he just gave me one simple answer. Ma'am, I don't remember it. But he took his own sweet time, and after some time he said, oh ma'am, yes, happy stomach and good stomach. You showed us that video, you showed us that picture. And after that, he was able to answer me that question. He was able to understand the concept. So, in this case, Nibodh's way of understanding any concept is through videos and pictures. After understanding about this approach, after understanding about multiple intelligence, I have started teaching my students in a different way. Now, sometimes I teach my student through videos, sometimes I teach my student through diagram, hands-on activities, group experiment, and sometimes we just turn our chapter into music, fun music and song. And what I have noticed is my classroom has changed. Now my students, they know the multiplication table because of the song that we sang together. They know the continent name because of the action and because of the song that I taught them. Now my classroom has changed, okay? I have changed and my students, they have changed. My classroom has become a little bit noisier but happier. And I don't mind some noise when it is the noise of students understanding the concept, when it is the noise of students actively participating, and when it is the noise of students enjoying the chapter. These are some pictures of my students from grade 3. Now as I come to end of this journey, what I have understood is this training has not only given me some teaching ideas or teaching ways, but it has also given me some new perspective. Now when I enter my classroom, I don't immediately ask how intelligent or how smart is this student, because as teachers we do that. We have this habit of asking that. But now after this training, I have started asking in what way is this student smart, because every student is gifted. They just shine in different time and at different ways. They are unique and they are special. It just takes a teacher to notice it. And instead of focusing on our students' weakness, I think from today we have to start focusing on our students' strength, and we have to work to enhance their strength. I would like to share one very famous quote with you. If we judge a fish on the basis of its ability to climb a tree, that fish is never going to shine, yes? But if we keep that fish back in the water, then that fish is going to shine the most, because that is its strength, that is its ability. I am here today not because I know everything. I know I have more to achieve, practice and understand. And that is the beauty of being a teacher. Learning never stops. And thank you so much, Neeraj sir, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, Principal Ma'am, Bhanu sir, for trusting us. Thank you everyone for sitting and listening to us. I know it gets boring, but thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much.